Pleasure of speaking with today.
Hello, my name is Maja Schaefer. I'm co-founder and CEO here at Zowie.
Hi, I'm Breanna Moreno. I am the VP of CX at True Classic.
So what is, at the scale that you guys are doing right now, having the amount of customer support reps and having the amount of people that are actually knowing what products are on site. You had a little bit of a horror story earlier on with a brand we may not name because you want to be at that level and that scale. I'm nervous of using AI in customer support because we speak very specifically to the customer, and that's a big sticking point for me. How did we get over that fear of like trusting that an AI would actually keep the voice?
I love that because it really resonates with me. I was challenged in my own personal beliefs of how can I turn my agent ability over to a computer.
Yeah.
And I think it scared the industry too, a ton of people just from a job security standpoint. But throughout my career, I constantly think about challenges and how do we get better and how do we innovate. It even goes back to like phone support. I talked about this at a DTCX several years back. So here I found myself last year thinking, everybody's talking chat GTP, and I wasn't really sold on chat GTP because you still have to make an action. You've got to read the prompt and then apply it. So I started to think beyond that. And at this time, AI wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So I really started to challenge myself in thinking, can I do this? So I reached out to some providers for AI. When I met with Zowie, I was kind of blown away. I was blown away at how long they had been already solving for AI and the fact that here in the US, we just hadn't really embarked on it. So it was mind-blowing, and I quickly had confidence because they had already been doing this for so long and proved it and showed it to me. And I said in our early conversations, I don't want our customers to know. I want them to guess, is this a chat bot or is this a human? And we've seen, we built CSAT around it. We run a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
Okay.
So after you have any engagement with a support team, you're gonna rate your experience with your person you were talking to, right? With AI, you generally is like, did we help you, yes or no? And I said, that's not gonna work for me. I need to know if they really liked it. So Zowie built for me a CSAT that triggers after AI. What we saw was remarkable. We tested it, obviously, but we saw, even in Q4, we were automating almost 80%, 100% deflection, which means I never had an agent touch the ticket. I dropped my staff significantly in Q4, which is unheard of. I lowered my cost per ticket by 5% in Q4. And we still had a 95% CSAT for deflection, meaning, again, agent didn't touch it, compared to 97 with an agent. I'll take it, all day, I'll take it.
Wait, how? How could you guys nail the voice like that?
Yeah, it just has to be accurate, right? So you have to really recognize what the customer is asking about. And if you don't recognize, like hand over this to agent. I think that's very crucial. So the whole thing about AI, of course you can get creative with answers, and we've all seen that, but don't get too creative, right? We've also seen that. That's another thing. But the crucial part is about like really recognizing what the customer is asking about, and like when you recognize, you can help them, and that's really the most important piece of technology to solve. Yeah.
Is there an intake process to understand how the brand is communicating? Because say if I'm thinking about doing this, but we speak in this a very unique language. Do I just like send you all my current tickets and you're like, oh, this is how it was handled?
Yeah, so like we train Zowie based on your previous tickets, so the whole history, but also about everything from everything that's on the website, every like knowledge base that you have, and you can kind of tweak the brand voice as well, which is like, you know, maybe it's not that important when like the questions are about order status, but when we talk about like sales conversations, it's like more important, right? So this is really important because I don't know if you guys realize, but about 20 to 30% of all the questions you have in your support are about products. And well, you don't want those customers to wait 72 hours to get a reply, but you also don't want to kind of provide some like not on brand response. So that's really crucial.
On all the product questions specifically, it's usually around sizing. You guys have a ton of products and a ton of different sizes and colors. Was that one of the earlier places that you said, like, this has to be correct over here?
Yeah, for sure. We look at conversion. So what we had noticed with Zowie, and they proved to me, is that our previous conversion data from our previous help desk was inaccurate. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to look at the...
Why was it inaccurate?
Just the way that they were pulling the data.
How are they pulling the data?
So we had to convert, they're looking in Shopify. So whether a customer makes a purchase within 72 hours after a correspondence with the agent, the calculations were wrong that were being pulled. So we were actually converting higher than what we previously thought. And so Zowie, then we had to fine tune, which they helped support us with, which we didn't have before, the currency conversion, because we do international business. So being able to convert and pull true conversion from our customers, both US and international, was very impactful. And just to give you perspective, we all in this room probably work really, really hard to make sure that our website is top performing, right? Conversion is at the forefront. We need people to convert, no friction, all of that. Our support team, with the help of Zowie, is converting over 13% on average. So that means, obviously, I'm getting attacked by something, because we're leveraging so much of that front end. Has this ever happened before?
Not yet. You're the only
Is that
one.
like
We
a
are
B,
stinking,
or? I swear I showered this morning. Anyways, we're noticing the initial with our AI automation, obviously significant are that first touch. The fact that we're deflecting, and again, product questions, inquiry, sizing, all of that stuff is so easy to automate.
For sure.
We're still doing it right, and we're converting unheard of numbers. Again, just validated that it's working. They took in all of our brand voice. We constantly tweak it. My experience manager meets every single week with Zowie. They go over examples. They, again, teach AI, basically. And it's just been mind-blowing, to be honest with you, to see the success.
What does the team structure look like at this current size?
Yeah, so we were able to reduce staffing by 28%, I believe. Costs by 38%. So we saved because the automation was working. Q4, I did not have to ramp my team, which then means, you know, you got to let them go. We did not ramp. We also have implemented some amazing integrations with Zowie, like our phone support, our return processing, like post-purchase, everything. So just to give you perspective, this is something as a CX leader was really important to me. It's about efficiencies. As an agent, I don't want to have to pop into all different applications, right? I don't want to pop into Shopify. I don't want to pop into Klaviyo. I have actions that I have to take. Zowie has made it to where my support agents literally live in Zowie only. So every action that they have to take, whether they have to adjust somebody's points, they have to expire a gift card, they have to paste in tracking, all of that lives in Zowie. Yeah. So your response times, completion times, everything drops, which means my costs drop. Customers are serviced faster. At the end of the day, that's going to keep them coming back.
Why do you think people are hesitant to adding an AI to this? Because it's the closest thing to the customer. Like, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if I want to trust not my own people that I've been training, that know my brand, they know my deck, they know my shit.
Scalability. You cannot physically keep up with scale when you're moving as fast as we're moving, for an example. And you cannot teach a human as quick as we can teach AI. So while I am a strong believer in human interaction, especially for e-commerce businesses, those are emotional decisions that we're relying on humans to make. We need to be there 100%. But in the instances where we can do it right, we don't need to be there, and we can service them faster. We have scalability, which means we're generating more revenue.
In your current brands, whether you're supporting a brand, whether you're in a brand, whether you're are for hire, how much AI is in your day-to-day use? Is it once a day? Is it more than one? Who's using AI more than once a day? More than 5 times a day?
It's on your phones. I mean, AI is being pushed to you every moment, right? You're getting ads. How do you think those ads are targeting you? They're learning your behavior. How much more impactful is it when a customer comes to your site and you already know they're pissed off? How do you know? Because AI can read their sentiment. That's unheard of. So what does that do? Zowie then says, get this to a live agent. I already know this person's pissed. Pass it to an
Wait,
agent.
that happens?
Yeah, like, and it's not about automating really everything and be like Klarna. Yeah, we want to fire all the agents. It's about like putting agents to the work where it really matters, right? Like where customer is pissed, like you want to like help them, you want to give them some coupon, you want to like solve their problem. And probably AI won't help you, but you need to know. That's why I was talking about this recognition, intent recognition, right? You really want to know what's happening so you can like automatically really pick whether you drive them to an AI agent or to a real human agent. So that's really crucial about all this AI stuff, right?
Yeah.
What else is that you think that we're not really fully understanding the power that this could be at various sizes? So speak to me as if I'm a brand, I'm under 1 million a month. Do I need a tool like this? Should I be handling this?
Yeah, it really depends, right? What do you want to prioritize? Because when you are under 1 million, like you probably won't see, like big saving on because of AI, because you cannot really scale down from 2 agents to 0. You still need agents. So, but you can invest in the future, right? It's like when you want to scale, you don't have to hire more, and I think this is pretty nice.
And I do think a lot of these small brands, where the miss is if I come to your website and you don't have a chat, you've already lost me. Because what if I have a question? I'm not going to wait for your 72 hours to get back to me. And I can't tell you, and I'm sure there's many in this room that have experienced this during Q4. You need to have scalability, and you've got to be fast. And that's hard. So the fact that you have the ability to get your customers' attention right away, you have the ability to sell them, we all should take action on that no matter your size, because again, your customer is on your site, you've got to be there. We've got to be able to service them quickly, answer questions. Self-service is just not
People
always
are
there.
lazy.
Yeah.
We are all lazy, right? Like we don't want to search for this information.
And it's hard sometimes. Like if you look at your old website, look at it from a consumer's eyes, because they are going to be the most critical, me included. I'm going to go on JetBlue's site and I'm going to get hella pissed that I cannot find a phone number, and I'm going to hunt you down on LinkedIn until I find you. True story. So
This seems personal. Go.
yeah, no, it wasn't pretty. But that's the reality of our culture and what we're building. You have international customers. Where are you? Sleeping? That's not going to work. So you have to find scalability.
Is there any brands that you're like, this customer service sucks?
Oh my gosh. You guys, this is a true story. Again, my CX manager, shout out to Jordan, she just asked our team. We have an internal team of, they're not even agents, they're just back-end CX, right? They own a ton. Okay. Oversee our front-end agents, so now use a BPO. She asked, have you ever had an amazing chat experience? Nobody had one story to tell. No, God, no, hell no, horrible. And that is the reality of our space. And something that I hope to challenge all of us with is we need to think through that chatbot. Because trust me, I get all of the hundreds of emails a day of how amazing your chatbot is. But the reality is I'm testing it on the back end and it's not. It's not. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. I'm sorry, I did not understand. Like there's no pass off, there's no phone number, there's no nothing. And JetBlue was one of them.
Yeah, because look, being at a brand like True, you get anybody, hey, free, take it free. And you're like, I'll fucking pay for it. Just make sure it works.
Right.
And was there things when you were just about to do this, you're like, I'm not, and then when you saw, you're like, I want that.
Yeah. I think in our space, when we think of customer experience, it's a very blurry line between customer experience and customer support, right? So when I go into an experience on a brand, I'm criticizing everything. And I'm taking things too, like, oh wow, they do that really well. I love it. Perfect example, Kitsch. I just ordered from them. We're actually like
Shout out to
industry
Jeremy.
friends, yeah. So, we have each other's back. Ordered from them the most beautiful post-purchase thank you email I have ever
What was
seen.
it?
It was a thank you email from their CEO, and it was so just, it hit you.
Was it a video or words?
No, it was just a letter. Huh. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I sent it to the team. I'm like, guys, they did this so good. I felt it. Everybody that read it felt it.
Wow.
Amazing. Then I had to send them some info on their post-purchase, but so again, and again, they're one too where I'm like, hey, you guys don't have a chat bot. Like, how am I gonna ask questions?
Yeah, they need it of all people. They have hair ties, so many hair ties.
What kind of shampoo do I get? Do I get the rice water? Do I get the
And you need to
whatever?
think about attention span, right? Like when customers visiting your website, they have probably a few seconds, few minutes, and if they don't find an answer that's like stopping them from purchasing, they just close the tab and they like come back to work, right? And it's over.
Yeah,
So
and if you're smart, you're gonna then get hit with your competitors' ads, right? After I just bounced from True Classics site, now I'm getting
You're getting hit by Bill,
Yep.
Fresh.
Yep.
I'm all in it.
So you're right. We have the attention span. And the same thing goes with service, right? Experience. Like, how is everything flowing? How do I feel when I'm making this purchase? Now I've made my purchase. I'm excited. Something goes wrong. What do? I've got to act fast. I need AI to give me a warning. We've just built so many things that are so specific to AI that I couldn't do with human. And it took me, somebody who said I would never do phone support, it's so archaic. This was back in my early mid-20s when I thought I knew everything. And here I am. You absolutely need phones. If your freaking customers want to call you, you have a phone there available.
What size do you think that's needed?
What-
What revenue size do you picking up a phone?
Honest to God, it's going to cost you. Phones are the most expensive, but I would say at least, it depends. You want to scale, you want to keep those customers? Because that's the thing.
Give me a range.
It depends on your market. So let's say at least $1 million you need a phone. But it depends on your market. If you're dealing with the older generation, your ass better have a phone. I don't care what you have
Fatty
as far
15.
as revenue. Have a phone. You can automate phones. We did that last year, but again, have a phone number.
AI a phone is going to blow me away. When this happens, I'm starting to talk to
already
people,
there.
and then my language, they're just understanding the language in
Yes.
any region. This is going to be
Yeah.
insanity.
But think about how awesome it is for companies like us that are scaling
Yeah.
internationally.
Well, because I hope AI allows me to help my people think better and
Yes.
the communication across the team.
Yes.
So if you're getting all these insights because of the AI, it's allowing you to do so. How fast are you informing product, and how fast are you informing marketing from what
Yeah.
you're learning?
Yeah, weekly. So we're doing that right now thanks to Zowie. They came in, they read all my product reviews, and they formatted AI summaries, product reviews, product requests, marketing feedback, all of that. They've analyzed, given a summary so that I can pass it to marketing. Hey, here's what people are saying about your email this week. Hey, here's what product is, trending right now. Here's what they're saying. Like really tangible data that we can extrapolate from our help desk thanks to Zowie.
Yeah.
Across our whole business.
Is there a product that was like created? It's back. It didn't like that opinion. Is there a product that was literally because the speed at which feedback was coming in, you're like, we have to kill this or we have to make more of this in this most recent, let's say, last 6 months?
No, we had some sizing. So we had like a pack with mixed sizing, and it basically was swapped due to some integration error with NetSuite. And the team knew right away, like, hey, this is a problem, because we can see ticket topics. And so the team knew. It wasn't like a giant, huge issue, but we generally know right away, like when something's trending in the wrong direction, the team knows.
And customer support knows first, right? But like if you have let's say 10 agents minimum, like they cannot really spot those patterns. So AI can. And one of the examples that you asked about, like one of our customers introduced new packaging and they wanted to learn whether it increases complaints. And this is what you can learn from support very, very quickly, whether it's like it was a good decision, bad decision, whether we should fix something before it appears in your reviews, right?
Yes.
Final words before we kind of call it a day. Anything you'd be like, anything that anyone's on the edge of like, all right, I think I'll give it a try.
Don't ever be afraid. I think so many people wait to support, like the customer support journey, like, oh, they don't need a new help desk, or we don't need to worry about returns because of the investment. But at the end of the day, you're leaving money on the table. So just keep that in mind. Now is a better time than ever to reanalyze your partnerships and make a change.
Appreciate that. Yep. Final for you. Anything from you?
Think about customer support as a revenue generation channel. Like True Classic generated additional 3 million. So just from support conversations, this is how much opportunity is there.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for sharing with us.